changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, it's you got us a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC 4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of
I
your
gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live in the building. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And first and foremost, shout out to everybody out there in Cowboys Nation. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. I hope everybody got to eat good, spend time with the family, do all those good things. I hope you was off. And if you did work, I hope you got time and a half for working, man. Like, real talk. If you had to be there slaving on the 4th of July, at least I hope they gave you time and a half. I hope they gave you time and a half. That's all I can ask for. But yeah, man, we're going to have ourselves a good time in the liquor store today, man. We're going to pull up. We're going to get drunk off the Dallas Cowboys content. And we're going to rock out. And yes, we talking English, man. I don't know no Spanish at all. I know habla español. I know hola. I know como estás. I don't know no Spanish like that, my boy. So we're going to be in English. If you want to teach us some Spanish while you're in here, though, we're more than happy to learn. But shout out to everybody out there, man. I see my boy Kelvin Hicks in the building already. Daniel Barrera, Sports Highlight. Fish in the building. Can you say happy birthday, Jade? Happy birthday to Jade, man. Happy birthday to Jade. Hope you've been enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying your day. And hope you have many more, man. So happy birthday to Jade. We're going to put it up there for him. Happy birthday. Yo, Darren Sutton, what's Gucci, man? How you doing? So, hey, before we dive head first into the content, because we got a lot to talk about on this 4th of July. We got to talk about Dak Prescott being in a walking boot. You know, they're going to blow that out of proportion. We got to talk y'all off the edge. I know Dallas Cowboys already done stressed y'all out, man. So, I got to talk y'all off the edge real quick. So, we're going to do that. We're going to talk about how to get over the hump as a team in the postseason. All right, we're going to talk about who's really out here winning all these playoff games that folks talking about. And we're just going to rock out, man. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I need everybody sliding into the liquor store to hit that like button. The more likes that we get on these platforms, the more that they put the content in front of folks. So the more likes we get on YouTube, the more that they push the video. The same thing on Twitter, same thing on Facebook. So wherever you're watching the video at, make sure y'all hit that like button. Yo, happy birthday to God at Fortnite. Salute to you. Happy birthday. But yeah, man. The more likes we get, the more it helps over the algorithm. So you got love for your boy Henny. You want to see the liquor store grow and prosper, make sure you hit that like button. After you hit that like button, make sure you turn right back around and hit that share button. Because we are trying to manifest that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys. So share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis like my folks be doing in the chat box. And listen, I know that we have not really gotten where we want to get. I get it. So that's why they need all the good luck and positivity in the world, man. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win a title in 2024, I need y'all to share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis so we can try and manifest that 6th championship in the liquor store. Crystal, what's up with you? Thank you for tapping into the liquor store. Daniel Sutton, what's up? Darren Sutton. Eddie, it's the GOAT. Oh yeah, you know good and well, man. We rocking out like that, man. And listen, if you want to get yourself a discount on all the merchandise inside the liquor store, I need y'all to slap the dog shit out of an Eagles fan, man, while you in the building. Now listen, they done came out, they back, they done migrated back, they back swooping down, eating shit, being loud and wrong. They all around here now. So if you can find one of these, you know, flying shit eaters and slap the shit out of them, I will give you half off for all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And you know, we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Calvaritas, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Henny the Moore, and come get drunk in the liquor store. And listen, y'all, I've been slacking. I should have ended the raffle already. I should have did the raffle show already. I have not. So if y'all want to continue to support the raffle, I'll do the raffle tomorrow. I'll get on here tomorrow night. I'll do the drawing, and I'll let y'all know which one of y'all actually won the Dallas Cowboy jersey. So if you want to support, I'll let it run one more day. All you got to do to support the raffle is hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. It's $5 a pop, and whoever wins the raffle tomorrow is going to get a Dallas Cowboy jersey. We're going to send them a Dallas Cowboy jersey. It could be a throwback. It could be a new player. It does not matter. Whoever you want, I'll make it happen for you. So if you want to support that raffle, the Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. It's $ Henny the Moore, and we're monetized on the page. So if you want to send your raffles through the Super Chat, you can do so. Yo, what's up with your Wood? I see you coming through and showing love, man. I appreciate you. Common Sense Lab, I see you as well, man. So salute to you. So let's talk about getting over the hump, right? Because what made me think about what it takes to actually get over the hump, you wouldn't believe this, but you know, the 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson got some criticism recently. What's up, Corey? Thank you for tapping in, man. Salute to Corey for sliding into the liquor store, man. Make sure you sub, make sure you like. We talk Dallas Cowboys content. We interview Dallas Cowboys players. We do a lot of stuff, man. We know we have general football discussions. So if you like football talk, you like player interviews and stuff like that, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, hit the sub button. Join us, man. We appreciate you sliding in here. It said Dallas have a tough season this year. If they make it to the playoffs again, they better not choke. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be the discussion today. And like I said, the reason that it even came to my mind about, getting over the hump and playoffs and this and that. Lamar Jackson recently came under fire from Mark Sherliff. I'm gonna play some stuff for you. I'm gonna play you a video, and we're gonna actually talk about the reality of who's been performing in the postseason, who has been performing in the postseason, and what we as a team can do to get over the hump in the postseason. So bear with me. This is about a 7-minute video that I put together, and then we'll go from there.
Of you out there that are telling me that Lamar Jackson, well, they don't get him weapons. How many first-round wide receivers do you need to draft? Well, they're not drafting the right one. Well, you're not developing them. Well, how do you develop them? Well, your quarterback has a long way to go in developing wide receivers. So I don't want to hear that bullshit from you anymore. And you Baltimore fans, I'm tired of it. They drafted first-round talent. They've drafted tight ends in the first round. They've drafted 3 different wide receivers since 2018 in the first round. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went, 16, 17 years with the Green Bay Packers. They never drafted a guy in the first round, whether it was a tight end or a wide receiver for him. So don't tell me about it. I mean, it's one of those things. Don't tell me about the pain. Show me the baby. Producing the play.
Time MVP Lamar Jackson is coming under fire for his performance in the postseason. And, of course, they had to compare him to Dak Prescott and what Dak has done. And, they try to explain it away, old garbage time. I just want to touch on that real quick before I get back to the overall point. The only playoff game where Dak Prescott actually got like garbage time stats and numbers was this last one. Every other playoff game we lost by possession. We lost to the Green Bay the first time around by a walk-off field goal. We lost to the Rams by a single touchdown. It was 8 points, so a touchdown and 2-point conversion. We lost to the 49ers by 1 score both times, right? So it's never really been a situation where Dak was putting up garbage yards and garbage numbers in these playoff games to get those numbers. I just wanted to throw that out there because they always try to throw shade at our boy. But point being, Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson are in similar situations at this point. Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, 2-4 in the postseason. Great regular season numbers. Same thing with Dak Prescott, Rookie of the Year, All-Pro, multi-time Pro Bowler, 4th best completion percentage in league history, 2-5 in the postseason. So we're going to talk about getting over the hump and the reality of who was actually winning all these playoff games. Did they act like there's a pantheon of these quarterbacks that's still playing that are winning a bunch of playoff games? Numbhead Neil said, "What's up, Henny?" Slapped up 68 Eagles fans and the Joneses 31 times each before checking in. Salute to my guy doing the Lord's work. I appreciate you and happy 4th of July. Justin Kitchen showing love, helping us manifest. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you for the love. So let's talk about reality. Because they love pointing out what Dak Prescott has not done. They love pointing out Lamar Jackson and his playoff record. Who are the guys winning playoff games in the National Football League? Let's take a look. So these are the current starting quarterbacks and the amount of playoff games that they won. So right now we have our guy, Patrick Mahomes, Texas kid with 15, 3 Super Bowl wins. So that's cool. So we got Patrick Mahomes at the top. Then we got Aaron Rodgers, 11 playoff wins in his career, right? He's been in the league for a very, very long time, Super Bowl winner. We got Russell Wilson in the building with 9 playoff wins and a Super Bowl championship. And then everybody else, it goes downhill, right? So Joe Burrow has 5 playoff wins. His record is 5-2. Josh Allen has 5 playoff wins, but he's 500 in the playoffs. He's 5-5. We got Brock Purdy, 4-2. Jared Goff, 4-4. Matthew Stafford, 4-4. Jalen Hurts, 2-3. Lamar Jackson, 2-4. Baker Mayfield, 2-4. Dak Prescott, 2-5. Then all these other guys got 1, and then we got a bunch of guys that never won a playoff game. So my question to y'all, for all the negative shit that they got to say about quarterbacks and postseason, and who the hell is actually winning playoff games? Like, let's keep it a book. And listen, we got Russell Wilson up here. Russell Wilson ain't won a playoff game in like 4 or 5 years. It's been a very long time since Russell Wilson went to the postseason and won a damn playoff game. It might have been like 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's been like five years. So half a decade for Russell Wilson, the last time he won a playoff game. Aaron Rodgers been hurt So I think 2020. I think 2020 is the last time that he won a playoff game. So it's been about 4 years for Aaron Rodgers. Matthew Stafford. And the crazy thing about Matthew Stafford, he won all his playoff games in a single postseason run. In a single postseason run, when they went on and won the Super Bowl, played the wild card, played the divisional round, played the NFC Championship game, and played in the Super Bowl. Those were his 4 playoff wins, and they all came in 1 year. So he went on a magical run, and he has not performed in the postseason any other time. Then you look at the list, a lot of young guys, but we also got some guys on that list that they ain't got no Super Bowl wins. They've been in the league for a minute. Kyler Murray been in the league for a hot second at this point. Right? You look, Geno Smith been in the league for a hot second. I know Derek Carr is not a starter anymore, but if he was still a starting quarterback, his ass has never won a playoff game either. Right? And he came in like 2015 or something like that. Said 7-9 is Dak's playoff record. We need more to talk. 7-9 is Dak's playoff record. We need to talk more about. And this is the thing, man. Like, they run the narrative that there's a bunch of guys winning in the postseason, and it's just not the case. It's just not the case. You know, there have been some guys that had a run. Like, there's been a guy that got hot, went on a run, but there's not really a lot of quarterbacks that consistently win playoff games. The numbers prove it. And when you think about Russell Wilson's playoff wins, most of them came in a 2-year stretch when he went to back-to-back Super Bowls. Right? When he went to back-to-back Super Bowls, that's where the majority of his playoff wins and playoff success came. It was a small 2-year window where he capitalized and his team got where they needed to go. He had a complete team, running game, top level defense. So who are these quarterbacks that everybody's talking about? Outside of Patrick Mahomes. And really, Patrick Mahomes is the only guy consistently winning playoff games right now. Right? And I said consistently. Jalen Hurts, you know, he went on a run in 2022. Has not won a playoff game outside of those 2 he won to get to the Super Bowl. So who the hell are the coaches? All right, Andy Reid. Right? When we look at Andy Reid, helped Patrick Mahomes get a majority of these. Yeah, he gets to the playoff a lot. Yeah, Dak Prescott has been to the playoffs 7 of his 9 years. So yeah, you're right. You are right about that. So yeah, Andy Reid, who helped Patrick Mahomes get there. Our guy, Mike McCarthy, is the one that got Aaron Rodgers the Super Bowl. He's the one that Aaron Rodgers won the most playoff games with. Then Pete Carroll with Russell Wilson. But there's not really Sean McVay. And really, Sean McVay got like 8. Because you got to think about it. Jared Goff, Sean McVay got like 6 of these up here. Because Sean McVay was Jared Goff coach when they went to the Super Bowl the first time. And then Sean McVay was Matthew Stafford coach when they went to the Super Bowl and won. So Sean McVay been putting in work. But really, yeah, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's the only one that had more playoff wins. But this is the thing. Like, they push the narrative like everybody is just having so much success in the postseason, when Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes have accounted for 9 of the last 10 championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Let's have an honest conversation. People like pointing out playoff struggles and playoff success when they're, when they have a axe to grind with a player, when they have a narrative to push, they want to drag somebody, they want to hate them out, right? But reality is most of you guys aren't winning playoff games like that, and even the guys with a lot of playoff wins, they also go on a prolonged stretch of time where they don't have playoff success. It's been like half a decade since Russell Wilson won a playoff game. Aaron Rodgers hasn't won a playoff game since like 2020. or 2021. I forget which one. But point being, is that they're not consistently winning like that. Now, listen, I'm not making an excuse for Lamar for that. Everybody got to eventually get there. As a quarterback, you are judged by what you do in the postseason, about how you win, about how you handle adversity, about if you end up a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP. Like those are the things that separate those quarterbacks into their own tier from the, that would make those quarterbacks legendary and Hall of Famers, and that would make those other quarterbacks that didn't have the postseason success but put up good numbers, that separates them from, being legendary to just being very good. You know what I mean? So I'm not making an excuse, but I don't want people to know the reality of it is a lot of these guys aren't winning. You can have that argument about a lot of folks. You can have that argument about Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a 500 quarterback in the playoffs, and when you look at it, he's only beaten one starting quarterback. He's beaten 4 backup quarterbacks. He's never beaten Patrick Mahomes. He's never beaten Deshaun Watson, right? He never beat Joe Burrow. All the elite quarterbacks he's ever played in the postseason, he lost. He lost to them guys. You know what I mean? So you can pick apart and dissect everybody, honestly, except for Patrick Mahomes. Except for Patrick Mahomes, and really except for Aaron Rodgers. But the point of this whole entire conversation was trying to get over the hump. What could Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott and some of these other guys do to finally claim a Lombardi trophy? You know what I mean? What could they finally do to get that proverbial monkey off their back and write their names in the history book? Well, first and foremost, persevering. Let me show y'all something. A lot of people remember Patrick Mahomes, steamrolling guys and winning his first championship. But what they don't remember is they were down 24-0 against the Houston Texans. And they ended up winning that game 51-31. But in the second half, they were down 24-0. Right? Game could have easily gotten away from them. But they hit the listen. That's the thing. That's why I say when folks were talking crazy about the Dallas Cowboys being down 27-0, you cannot let the defense off the hook, because the Kansas City Chiefs were down 24-0. Their defense only gave up another touchdown the entire game. Held them boys to 7 points. After going down 24-0. Right? From this point forward, the Kansas City Chiefs outscored the Houston Texans 51-7. 51-7 is what they outscored them from this point. But you mean to tell me the Dallas Cowboys were down 27-7 at halftime, and then they were down only 17 points in the second half after we kicked the field goal, and the game was over, and we should have, they packed it up, they gave up? No. Championship defenses allow you to have comebacks, right? Championship defenses keep you in the game. They don't have bad games, like in totality. They might have a bad half, they might have a bad quarter. If you are a championship level defense, you have to at least have a dominant second half if you went to bed the first half. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs did. Like, if their defense had laid down, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs would have got bounced in the first round, and he would never won that Super Bowl his first time around. They would not have a dynasty right now if their defense had gave up because they were down 24-0. Right? It's a team effort. It's a complete team effort. And listen, one of the main reasons why people say that defenses win championships is because a lot of times in these postseason matchups, it's going to take the offense a little bit longer to get going. Because one, at this point in the modern NFL, the moment you get to the postseason, there is 17 games of footage on your offense. Even if you were running a brand spanking new offensive scheme that year, there's already a season worth of tape on your tendencies, your formations, all that stuff, your personnel. Like, they know everything about you at that point by the time you get to the postseason. They know everything about you at that point. Right? So you definitely got to go out there and give your offense time to get going. You got to, right? Yeah, football is dope, man. Football is dope. But yeah, you got to get them an opportunity to get settled into the game. Like, you cannot give up 6 straight scores if you're the Dallas Cowboys defense and expect the offense to be able to do something about that. Right? So that's one. What's good with you, man? Facts. That's another one, Brandon. Folks talking about giving up because you're down. They damn near pitched a shutout in the second half, bro. Damn near pitched a shutout in the second half, and the Patriots got back, won that game in overtime. That is the true metal of a championship defense. But the Dallas Cowboys defense, 28 points a game when they play winning teams. That is not going to get it done in the postseason. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott couldn't have played better. That's not the argument. But I need the Dallas Cowboys to win a Super Bowl. I need the Dallas Cowboys to win a Lombardi trophy. Right? I need the Dallas Cowboys in totality to show up in the postseason. So yeah. So like, a lot of these Super Bowls would not have been won had a defense not stepped the fuck up and held they nuts after having a bad first half. Like, you're allowed to have a bad half of football and bounce back. That defense we put out there last year did not do that. Kansas City Chiefs did. And my boy Brandon the Ruiner brought up, the New England Patriots did in the Super Bowl, down 28-0. Defense came back and helped them pitch a shutout down there in the second half. I think the defense only gave up 3 points, a touchdown or 3 points. I think they only scored one more time after that, after going down 28-0. So I think honestly, man, about getting over the hump for the Dallas Cowboys, I think it's different than what the Ravens need, right? Because I think that for the Dallas Cowboys to win, the defense has to be much more stout in certain situations. I think the Dallas Cowboys offense has to be more than one-dimensional. Every postseason game is on Dak Prescott to do something, because your running game does not show up. The Dallas Cowboys, and I keep saying it, I sound like a broken record, but the Dallas Cowboys have not had a 100-yard rusher since 2018 in the postseason. That was 6 years ago. It's been 6 years since the Dallas Cowboys have had a 100-yard rusher. We've been to the playoffs in 2021, in 2022, and in 2023. Right? So it's not like the Dallas Cowboys have not had opportunities to try and get a run game going. It's not like they haven't had opportunities to put the ball in Zeke's belly or Tony Pollard's belly and do whatever they need to do. Right? So for Dallas, I think it's different. I think the run game has to get going in these playoff games, and I think the defense has to step up situationally. Right? Because even in some of the games where the defense looked like they did well on paper, like in 2021, Dallas Cowboys defense committed like 7 penalties. Outside, they kept the game going. They extended drives, pass interference, stupid stuff, right? Like, very undisciplined play by the defense, and they still gave up a bunch of yards on the ground, right? So the Dallas Cowboys definitely have to be better in those situations. Running the ball, stopping the run, getting off the field, not committing penalties to extend drives. Like, there's a lot. There is a lot going on with that. So for the Dallas Cowboys, I think it would be different than the Baltimore Ravens. For the Ravens and Lamar, man, I think I know this is not Cowboys related, but Lamar is sort of the reason why I started talking about this. They gave him a very hard time about not winning in the postseason. When in reality, their favorite quarterback ain't winning in the postseason either. You know what I'm saying? Their favorite quarterback's not winning in the postseason either. But my thing is, the Ravens need to play like how they played in the regular season. Like when they get to the postseason, they forget that they're a run first team for some reason. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there's no reason that Lamar Jackson should have threw the ball 40 times when he was healthy. The running backs were healthy. They should have ran the ball 40 times. When they win a playoff game last year, when they beat the Houston Texans, they had over 40 attempts on the ground. They had over 40 attempts on the ground. You have the best dual threat quarterback in the National Football League. You had a very solid run game in the offensive line. Even before you got Derrick Henry. So why did they have that man throwing the ball 40 times? That's their issue. But their defense played good. Defense held Patrick Mahomes, and that's what I be talking about. You're allowed to have a bad half. You're allowed to have a bad half as a defense. They held Patrick Mahomes to 0 points in the second half of that AFC Championship game. 0 points in the second half of an AFC Championship game. Defense did their job. But Lamar and that offense, they weren't clicking. They turned the ball over. They turned the ball over multiple times. They couldn't consistently get into the end zone. They refused to run the ball, even though the Kansas City Chiefs were not a very great run defense. I mean, listen, they ran the ball last year. The question is going to be, will they run the ball in the postseason? And that's sort of thing with the Dallas Cowboys too. Like, you have to find a way to generate a run game. And the difference in between, and you know the key difference in between the Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys and their run game follies in the postseason, the Dallas Cowboys really just can't run the ball. They're not good at it. Ezekiel Elliott got shut down in those playoff games. Tony Pollard got shut down in those playoff games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't great. The Ravens, when they were running the ball against the Kansas City Chiefs, they were getting chunk yards. The Chiefs did not really stop them running the ball. They stopped themselves. It was a strategy and a play calling decision that led to them not running the ball at a high clip. It wasn't because they weren't effective. I think the Ravens will go. Yeah, we already said that. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. It is definitely weird. But yeah. But this is the thing, though. All these quarterbacks have had situations similar to that. We talk about the all-time greats like Peyton Manning. Started his career 2-4, right? They touched on that in the first clip. Did you know the year that he won the Super Bowl? You probably do, because I done said it like 50 times at this point. But the year that he won the Super Bowl, the very first playoff game that he played in, he threw 3 interceptions. Threw 7 interceptions that entire postseason run. Only 3 touchdowns. Do y'all remember him being that bad? You don't. Because they won, and he ended up winning the Super Bowl MVP because he played pretty decent in the Super Bowl. But folks don't remember that. Folks don't remember how bad Peyton Manning was the year that they got over the hump. That was a legitimate, complete team win. Defense stepped up. That run game stepped up. They really helped Peyton Manning out until he was able to put a couple drives and a couple of plays together. You say you think Ravens and Lions in the Super Bowl? You have to see. We'll see. He says, shit, my high school quarterback must be good later on because we went 0-10. Shit. Rosa says Ravens versus the Cowboys. I hope so. And listen, I got my issues with what we've done in the offseason. I do. I'll be lying to y'all if I said I felt comfortable with some of the moves that we made. We did not go out and address the defensive tackle position. We let our best defensive tackle walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't really add a lot more depth to the linebacker room like I really wanted. Eric Kendrick is solid, right? Yep, it was Colts and Bears when he won his first Super Bowl, and even then that was a little shaky because the Bears took a kickoff return back on the opening play. So you think the Bengals going all the way? Well, is Joe Burrow going to be healthy? That's really going to be one of the deciding factors on if y'all going to even have a good season, or if they're going to have a good season. How healthy is Joe Burrow going to be? Furious 5 gaming. Eagles is not finna win it all. Now, I think the Eagles are a good team, but I got some question marks about them too. How much better is that defense going to be this year? Is Kellen Moore, our old offensive coordinator, who is pass happy as hell, going to try to make Jalen Hurts something he's not? Boy, Kellen Moore had listen, because in 2020 Dak Prescott got hurt, and then the backup got hurt too. We had a damn Arena League this quarterback we had played in the Arena League. Like, had never played in an NFL game before. He had him out there, bitch, throwing the ball 40 times. Dude from the Arena League. So, that's why I say that man pass happy, dog. That man don't give a damn who the quarterback is. They finna air that hoe out. So that's really one of the things I want to wait and see, man. They said, bro, we got so much worse. I think we should keep Dak. He is a solid quarterback. All these people talk shit on Dak, and it's so dumb. He's a great QB. I think the Dallas Cowboys front office does more damage than the players do. It would be in 1,000. It's more the front office than the players. $49ers year. Are y'all gonna have a Super Bowl hangover? We gonna see. I like Saquon. We gonna see how healthy he stays, and we gonna see what Kellen Moore does as a play caller. Those are some of the things I'm looking at, and I still need to see what your defense looks like. I know that you tried to actively address your deficiencies on that side of the ball, but we also got to see if those moves that y'all made actually work and pan out. So let's keep it real though, man. And we being honest, both Dak Prescott and Tony Romo were good enough quarterbacks to win Super Bowls. They both were all-pro quarterbacks. They both made all-pro selections. They both were like second and third in MVP votings in their best season. So they were MVP. They were both MVP candidates, both all-pros, both prolific passers. And the Dallas Cowboys, they've so far they got 4 playoff wins between the two of them. That's not really, any other organization wastes back-to-back all-pro quarterbacks and they don't win and they don't go far in the playoffs. They're not successful. We're all trying to run the ownership out of town. But because it's the Dallas Cowboys, because it's Jerry Jones, he like to get in front of the camera and sweet talk everybody. They just gonna keep blaming the quarterback, right? They're gonna blame Tony Romo. They're gonna blame Dak. If Dak leaves, they're gonna blame whatever quarterback we bring in, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders, whoever it may be. It's always gonna be the quarterback fault. And Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones gonna be sitting back collecting checks, laughing their ass off. I mean, money. We already had that conversation. Who are the quarterbacks winning playoff games? So I put the graphic back up. Who the fuck is winning playoff games? Who are the mythical quarterbacks winning playoff games? Justin Herbert ain't won shit in half a decade. Kyler Murray have been in the league. This is his 5th year. He ain't won shit. Not a single one. Deshaun Watson, the former first round pick, got only 1. Josh Allen 5-5. Like who's winning all these playoff games that y'all talking about, man? Patrick Mahomes, the baby GOAT, A-Rod. We know that Tom Brady the real GOAT. Russ got 9, but Russ ain't won a playoff game in half a decade. So who really be winning these playoff games, man? You know, that's the conversation I want to have with y'all. Who is actually winning playoff games? Who? You know what be trick? And you know this is our subject. Do you know what be tricking y'all about Josh Allen? He will beat the shit out of a backup quarterback and then get folded the next round when he play an actual quarterback. Jay. It said, would you draft Mike Hunt before the 4th round? I don't even know who the hell that is. 2. I mean, the graphic is literally up here. 2. The same as Lamar Jackson. Same as Baker Mayfield. So, yeah. So, Dak Prescott got more playoff wins than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a bunch of guys that got more playoff wins than. I mean, coming to a Dallas Cowboys stream and hating on the starting quarterback is hilarious, actually. That is the hilarious part. RIP to Kobe, though. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. I'm gonna have to do some research on him if you say that he's good like that. Man, who is your team while you bring your goofy ass in here hating? Who is your team? Who is your team and who is your starting quarterback? You got one off on me though, Josh. You got one off on me. He said Jalen Squirts had the easiest road to a Super Bowl. Giants in the divisional round. Niners without Purdy for most of the game. Yeah, I wish we got some lucky breaks like that, but you know, it is what it is. Said, how do I feel about the running back situation? I wish we had did more. I wish we had drafted a running back this year because it was a pretty solid running back draft once you got out the first round. You know what I mean? So it's all good, man. I really wish the Dallas Cowboys would have swung for the fences. Derrick Henry would have loved to play in Dallas. He said so himself. He already lives in Dallas. Him and Dak Prescott got the same agent. They work out together. All right, man. I'm about to go ahead and shoot cuz I ain't finna argue with a nigga today. In fact, I ain't gonna shoot cuz just yet. But no, I do not feel great about the Dallas Cowboys running back room right now. Shout out to my boy B Bird for the $5 super chat. He said, Henny, name the 2 most dysfunctional owner front office in the NFC over the last 20 years. Hint, they are also the only 2 teams not to make us and the Washington Commanders. Well, I won't see his shit no more. Also, B Bird, appreciate you for the $5 super. They got you a raffle entry for the Dallas Cowboy jersey. So, hey, if you want to be like B Bird and improve your odds of winning a Dallas Cowboy jersey, all you got to do is hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. $5 per raffle entry. So everyone is talking about us and all of these other teams, but someone explained to us all how the hell the Lions choked that bad against the San Francisco 49ers in the championship game. My boy SDDT, he said, "Your sub bet. Go ahead, sub, man. I appreciate you for coming over and joining the liquor store, man. I appreciate you." Also, I don't know what Weston told y'all, man, but we're planning a series. We're going to interview multiple different players that play multiple different positions, and we're going to ask them a bunch of questions about what it takes to play that position in the NFL. So we will have a former NFL quarterback, we'll have a former NFL running back, we'll have a former NFL linebacker. We're trying to work that out. So we'll let you know pretty soon. We got that coming down the pipeline. So everybody that's, that hasn't joined the liquor store yet, make sure that y'all go and sub so y'all can catch the interviews. If you haven't already seen the interviews that we done already, go on the page, check them out. We'll interview some current Dallas Cowboys players, some Dallas Cowboys players from our old championship teams. So just tap in with us. What's up with you, Choctaw? My boy said, I don't get why Jerry in the front office won't go all in. We right there, try to kick the door in, and if it fails, at least you tried. He said, what's the plan after this year? I don't foresee Dak coming back. Well, this is the issue. If the Dallas Cowboys let Dak Prescott walk, and they allow Dak Prescott to have a $40 million dead cap number against our cap while we have 31 free agents, they suck for real. At team building, roster management, cap management. Can you think about how many guys on your roster are free agents outside of Dak Prescott? All three of your quarterbacks are free agents. Cooper Rush is a free agent. What's the boy we just traded for the 49ers? He's a free agent. Brandon Cooks is a free agent. As of right now, CeeDee Lamb is a free agent. Cavante Turpin is a free agent. Just keep going down the list. Zach Martin, free agent. Rico Dow, free agent. Ezekiel Elliott, free agent. Like you're going to have a completely different team next year, right? With some of the cap restrictions the Dallas Cowboys are going to be facing when they let Dak Prescott walk, because on paper, with the $40 million Trey Lance, thank you. With the $40 million dead cap hit, the Dallas Cowboys still got $40 million in cap space, right? That sounds cool. If the Dallas Cowboys don't get a contract done with CeeDee Lamb, they'll have to franchise tag him, and the franchise tag for a wide receiver is over $20 million, and it goes all directly out of the cap. So you go from having $40 million in free cap space to like $19 million in cap space, and then you still got another 30 players you got to decide if you want to keep them. Do you like Osa Odigizua? He's a free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent. He needs a contract to stay a Dallas Cowboy. You gonna pony up to pay Osa so you can keep him in Dallas, right? And then we're just talking about the guys that's free agents. Jake Ferguson will be up for a contract. He's eligible to be a free agent. He'll be on a 1-year deal next year. Tyler Smith becomes eligible for a contract extension. Then anything but Bland, the run Bland, becomes eligible for a contract extension. He'll also be playing on a 1-year deal. So that's the thing, though, man. The Dallas Cowboys have more wiggle room, and they have more cap that they can play with and move around if they just extend Dak Prescott, if they extend CD Lamb, if they work and use the cap to their advantage, letting Dak Prescott walk and eating $40 million in dead cap space while you have 31 free agents is stupid. It's stupid. Listen, you got to keep Lamb, Dak, and Michael Parsons. Regardless of what you think about them as people or whatever, those are your three best players. Right? Those are your three best players. It's hard to find good quarterback play. It's hard to find a wide receiver of that magnitude. And it's hard to find real good pass rushers. Do you know how many years? You know how many years it took us to find a war daddy? You know, like Jerry Jones was talking about? A real live pass rusher that can go and get the quarterback and disrupt plays and all this other stuff. Yeah, so you got to keep Lamb, and the easiest way to keep CD Lamb is to get a deal done with Dak Prescott. And once you get both those deals done, you clear up cap space this year, right? You clear up cap space this year. And then you're able to go out and sign guys. He said he's good but not elite. He's elite ball hawk. You may not think he's an elite player, but he has an elite skill set. He turns the ball over and he turns those turnovers into touchdowns. You know what I mean? So, and it's hard to say somebody's not elite when they get elite, accomplishments like all pro. You broke an all-time record. They've played at an elite level to get that stuff. So consistency in some of his playing might be missing at times. He does give up plays here and there. He got toe up in the Seahawks game. He got toe up. So he's not perfect, but he has elite traits, and we got to think he's young. Like DeRon Bland is just going to be in his third year, and he's already done played all over the defense for you. Right? He done played all over the defense. He done played on the slot. He done played on the outside. You know what I'm saying? He done been successful at both. He's a willing learner. He's athletic. It's hard. Another thing that's hard to find is consistently good cornerback play. That's why corners make the kind of money that they make. It's hard to find consistently good cornerback play. I don't know why they would get rid of Tony Pollard either. I think Tony Pollard would have been better this year now that he's fully healthy from that leg injury, that broken ankle. I definitely think. Oops. There. Hey, hold on, y'all. I need to play this video back. I got something to do real quick. Let me play this little 5-minute video back, and I'll be right back with y'all.
Of you out there that are telling me that Lamar Jackson, well, they don't get him weapons. How many first-round wide receivers do you need to draft? Well, they're not drafting the right one. Well, you're not developing them. Well, how do you develop them? Well, your quarterback has a long way to go in developing wide receivers. So I don't want to hear that bullshit from you anymore. Any of you Baltimore fans, I'm tired of it. They drafted first-round talent. They've drafted tight ends in the first round. They've drafted 3 different wide receivers since 2018 in the first round. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went, 16, 17 years with the Green Bay Packers. They never drafted a guy in the first round, whether it was a tight end or a wide receiver for him. So don't tell me about it. I mean, it's one of those things. Don't tell me about the pain. Show me the baby. Producing the play.
All right, we back. I had to take a call real quick, man. But we back and rocking. So yeah, man. So if you missed it the first time, that was the video that prompted me to get on here and talk about the reality. Because folks talking about Dak and Lamar not getting over the hump and their struggles. Last time I checked, if you're talking about the guys starting in the NFL, they got more playoff wins than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9. Oh, they got more playoff wins than 20 guys in the NFL. There's only 32 teams. There's only 32 teams. They got more playoff wins than 32 of the guys. Of 20 of the guys that's starting. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to get across people's mind. They struggled. They had some issues here and there. Mostly quarterbacks have, and that's okay. Oh, Dak is definitely the most hated, the most polarizing, most controversial. We have folks celebrating, talking about Lance season when they heard that Dak Prescott was in a walking boot. Speaking of which, I'm going to touch on that, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Go eat some more of this good old 4th of July cooking. But yes, Dak Prescott was seen walking around in a walking boot, and it caused all kind of hysteria. This is Kevin Gray. Dak Prescott in a walking boot on his right foot. That's the one he broke, by the way. Just so everybody know why everybody's so damn concerned about that. That's the one that he did break. Right? So they were concerned. They didn't know what was going on with Dak Prescott. Does he got a serious injury? Did he, get hurt in OTAs? Did he do this? Like, what happened? What's going on? What's the issue? They say it's a foot sprain. It said Dak Prescott is dealing with a foot sprain as photo of Cowboys quarterback and walking boot surfaces. So they tried to say it was a foot sprain. So let's say if we take their word for it, let's say if it was actually a foot sprain. According to Google, because I'm not a damn doctor, I ain't got no doctorate. You gotta Google shit like that. You want to know the severity of stuff like that. A foot sprain is an injury to the ligaments and capsule of a joint in the foot. The time it takes to heal depends on the severity of the sprain, the type of tissue injured, and other factors. Minor to moderate sprains can heal in 2 to 4 weeks, while more severe sprains can take 6 to 8 weeks. As of today, it is July the 4th. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 10 weeks. There's like 9 or 10 weeks before the Dallas Cowboys play a football game. So even if he did suffer a foot sprain, right? Let's say Dak Prescott did suffer a foot sprain, which I don't believe that he actually did. Let's say that he did. He would be healed and healthy before the season started, right? So it's really not even a issue, because odds of Dak Prescott playing in the preseason are slim to none any damn way. Dak Prescott hasn't played in the preseason in years. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys like playing their starting quarterback in the preseason ever since Tony Romo got hurt in the Seattle game, right? As a matter of fact, Marcus, I'm gonna actually read that tweet for y'all, because I got it right here. I got it pulled up. I'm gonna screen share it. That's a good alley-oop, man. Thank you for that alley you threw up, man. Okay, then I'm gonna take this down so y'all can see it. All right, so like you said, Dak Prescott in a text sent to Fort Worth Star Telegram via Clarence Hill, "I'm great." The quarterback also added he was wearing the boot for precautionary reasons because the last time I went deep sea fishing, my ankle swole up. No need to panic. So appreciate you for the alley. I tried to go ahead and dunk it, but that was at least a layup. It was at least a layup. So yeah, man. So Dak Prescott said it ain't shit. And listen, even if it was like a foot sprain, that heals relatively quickly. I appreciate that, Marcus. I appreciate that. So it's not like it's no cause of concern. But you also got to remember what we're in right now. We're in, the part of the season where you have clickbait and propaganda. Remember, there are still news outlets out there even when there's not news. You still have to write a story about something. You have to write a story to keep the lights on, to pay the bills. They hate this time of year more than anything. I said, I love your content. I am a Cowboy fan. It's fun to see someone give love to the Cowboys. Well, I appreciate you, man. Just make sure you sub, man. I drop content like damn near every day. So you like my content? I'll be here damn near every day. I usually do a show about 6:30 or so when I get off of work. So tap in with me, man. Appreciate you for the love, though, Hugo. He said, I don't know you like Zeke a lot, but I think Pollard is going to surprise you this season. Oh, I like the Pollard. Like this not a real word, but I'm country. I know it's not proper English, but I ain't finna stop using it either. But yeah, I really did like Tony Pollard. I feel like he would have been a lot better for the Dallas Cowboys this year, with a year removed from that debilitating leg injury that he suffered. He broke his ankle. He broke his ankle, and then we had him starting only a couple months later. Like, you cannot expect for somebody to break their ankle in January and for them to be the same person in September. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So yeah, man. So I think Tony Pollard will be great for the Titans this year. I think he'll have like 1,300 yards. Honestly, I think he had like 1,300 yards rushing because they're a team that's going to run the ball. They're going to give him ample opportunities to do so, to run the ball. So we'll see what he does, man. But I think Tony Pollard will be good. I have no doubts about that. He'll have a good season. I hate that he's not in Dallas because, when I get rid of a player, I want to replace that player with a better player. I don't want to downgrade. I'm not trying to downgrade. I'm not trying to, go backwards. I'm not trying to stay the same. I want to replace a player with an obviously better player. We're still going to be doing running back by committee anyway. We could have had a better committee with Zeke and Tony Pollard like we saw in the past. Like, we had a committee with Zeke and Tony Pollard, and both them boys then had 1,000 yards. Right? We had one of the best run games in the National Football League when we had both Zeke and Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? So if we were going to stick with running back by committee, and let me actually preface it with this. You should have signed Tony Pollard to a long-term deal instead of franchise tagging him the first time. And then secondly, you should have never broke Zeke and Tony Pollard up to begin with. Especially knowing that Tony Pollard was coming off of a broken ankle. You should have just signed Zeke. As a matter of fact, you should have just restructured Zeke, kept him and kept his production, kept Tony Pollard. And I think they both would have had good seasons together in that 1-2 punch, like they did before. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be fun to watch. It ain't gonna be fun for me to watch. I'm not a hater, but I hate seeing players that I could have had and could have kept go out there and ball. You know what I'm saying? They're not in my jersey no more when I could have had them, and I fucking need them. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, the Dak Prescott stuff is a non-issue. He's not hurt. He's gonna be fine. What's up with you, Georgie George? They were tapping in, man. Appreciate you for rocking with us over here in the liquor store, man. If you're just now sliding in, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, hit that share button. We trying to manipulate this algorithm, man, so everybody and their mama can find their way in here. Do I play Madden? I do, but I ain't got my system no more. I'm gonna get me a PlayStation. I'm gonna get me a PlayStation 5 in like a month or so I can play this new NCAA and Madden. I appreciate you for the support, man. Thank you for subbing. If y'all ain't subbed yet, hit the sub button. If you ain't shared the content yet, hit the share, hit the like. Everything you do will be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. But yo, we've been on here for an hour and 14. I'm gonna try and link up with my boy West Coast Cowboy. Do a show sometime tomorrow. It'll probably be around 6:30 or so it won't be as late as this one. So turn your notifications on. But on the way out the liquor store, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And fuck your mama. That bitch bald headed, got one eye, saggy titties. Your daddy a hoe. Your dad granny a hoe. Your older brother a pedophile. I hope every time you go to sleep, your bed uncomfortable. I hope every time you try to drive off in your car, your tires flat, your engine light on. I hope you just have horrible days all the rest of your life, my nigga. I hope you have horrible days all the rest of your life. Fuck you, I'm going home. Bye, bitch. Dick pulling ass nigga. Dick in the booty ass nigga. Fuck you thought this was, ho. Bye. We out this bitch though, man. I appreciate all y'all for the love and support.
Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now